Marijuana. Cause I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross-eyed bear that you gave to me. You ought to know. Welcome to Respectfully Podcast.
That was so good. This episode might get taken down.
I know. Shout out to Canadian icon Alanis Morissette.
Also, shout out to Canal Aurora, really, for giving us a playlist of just true divas that we've been listening to for the past week.
Did he mention on the pod that he listens to?
I don't know if it was on the pod or off the pod.
All right, well, follow Canal Aurora because he...
All Day KCA on Instagram.
He sent us, I think the playlist name is Lilith Fair.
It's like Lilith Fair Sunday mixed up.
Yeah, it's like Sunday morning Lilith Fair.
Oh, Ronnie got it too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, Ronnie's a lesbian.
Ronnie needs it.
Ronnie can lure other lesbians in by just holding a boombox for this playlist. Just breathe.
She calls me because I'm still
And wait, for the video, can you just also show Ronnie?
Ronnie.
There she is.
Hello.
Look at Ronnie.
Truly a league of their
Ronnie
own.
got her septum pierced.
God.
It's like lesbians evolve like Pokemons.
Yes, they do. You're a shiny now.
Yeah, you've evolved into your next stage of lesbianism.
I know.
Ronnie's a Charizard. I know a lot about Pokemon because my boyfriend plays Pokemon Snap and he's 45.
Because every boy is autistic and every girl has BPD.
Yep. Oh, ain't that the truth?
Every boyfriend is autistic.
Yep. But boy, do they get little tasks done around the house.
They do. And oh my God, if he hyperfixates on making you come, he's going to get you there.
Yeah. There's much worse neurodivergence than a little bit of tism.
Yeah.
We're a tism house here at Respectfully.
Yeah. My boyfriend took an autism test and the results came back. You have many traits of an autistic person. And then he sent me that screenshot and said, so I guess I'm not autistic. And I was like, buddy, that is not what that says.
Yep. In fact, it says the opposite.
Oh, man. I don't know how to tell you this.
I've just been making male comedians take autism tests. Every time I'm at a club, I'm like, so what do you think about this?
So do you like routine?
Hundreds across the board for male comedians and all men in general.
We love them.
Yeah, we love them. We're going to open up the pod today. Today we're dressed beautifully.
If you're not subscribed to the YouTube,
get your shit together.
Get your shit together because something happened last week.
We're in what I like to affectionately call the pocket.
We're in the pocket.
Can I explain this?
Yeah.
All right, so...
Let's just say the sequence of events that happened.
All right.
So we both had a couple real dog shit years.
I mean, everyone's it's been hot shit for...
We just got our teeth kicked in over and over again a couple times.
Yep. And then
last week, 2 weeks ago, let's start with 2 weeks ago, we walked by a thrift store and I saw a jacket and I said, if it's still there next week, I'm buying it.
That's a great move.
Didn't look at the price, didn't look at the size, just saw it and I was like, this is who I've always been.
Yeah.
And if God wants if God wants me to own this jacket, it'll still be here next week.
To all the impulse girlies, bring God into the equation.
Bring
when
a
you're
little
making
God into the
decisions.
equation.
Just go.
You can call it the universe if you must.
Go, what does she want me to do?
Right.
Yeah.
So
put a pin.
We put a pin.
Mm-hmm.
We circled back. Was it a full week? It might have been 4 days.
Yeah.
But we circled back. And it was still there.
Yep.
Grabbed it.
Yeah.
Tried it on. Perfect fit.
Which in thrift store world,
now this is
rare.
something the girlies will understand.
Yep.
You never get that.
Nope.
That's not a thing that
Nope.
happens. The coat you want is not the coat that fits.
It's always too small,
It's always too small.
too long.
And every cool coat is a sample size.
Yep.
There's never a regular sized cool coat unless it's way oversized.
Yep. And then
But-
you look like you're wearing like your dad's biker jacket.
Right, which is fine if that's what you're going for, but that
also feels like you have to be skinny too.
I know.
The big jacket is for skinny girls. The little jacket
always
is for
said
skinny
this.
girls.
Fat girls, and I'm saying that as like I'm not saying like fat girls.
Fucking hogs.
I'm saying hot fat girls. we can't do the Mary-Kate and Ashley sweatpants oversized t-shirt because you just look depressed.
I know.
You don't look cool.
And it like fits.
Mike, I didn't like that I didn't care for
No,
that
because
laugh.
I feel I need a little more juice on the mic, Ronnie.
Yeah.
I feel like I understand as like I have a weird shaped body because my shoulders are so big.
Yeah.
So when I wear clothes that are too big on me, I understand. I look like a hump.
Yeah.
The way
Yeah.
that you look.
It's like
when you're-
tailor made for your body.
Yeah.
Like it's like
when
on the skin.
When us thick ladies wear an oversized thing, sometimes it looks cool, but sometimes it looks like you hate your body.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
And that's like embarrassing.
yeah, yeah.
Like, at least look like you like your body, even if you don't.
Right.
You know?
Sure. Yeah.
So I found this coat. It was still in the same exact spot. It was the perfect size. And then you said to me, I want some sort of leather trench.
I've been wanting it for years.
And what happened?
Hanging there, beautiful brown, sophisticated, long.
Snakeskin in a cool way.
Snakeskin, not in a pimp way, in a Bergdorf Goodman way.
Yes.
There's a very big difference.
In a Bernie's way.
Oh.
In a Madison Avenue way.
Oh my God, I'm Samantha Jones from Sex and the City.
We're doing Samantha and Carrie.
Yes, we are. And I'm similar to like how fat girls wear, like if they find something like tight or whatever, like it has to fit them perfectly. Tall girls, you can't, if you wear short little coats, you look like a basketball player.
Yeah.
If you wear long coats, you look like a school shooter.
Yeah.
It's hard to find that.
Yeah, it's hard to not give Marilyn Manson.
Yes, which I already am giving on in a big level.
Right.
Anytime I put a black trench on, it's like, here's the big scary
It's
lady.
giving pumped up kicks.
Yeah. Here's the big scary lady that makes men feel bad about themselves
Yeah.
by existing. The coat is perfect.
The coat is perfect.
Look at our coats, everybody.
And then the guy who worked there appeared out of thin air
I know.
in like a cloud of smoke and,
Yeah.
and went, I mean, that fits you great. And we were like, shut up.
Shut up. Stop it.
Take my money.
You stop it. He even made us pay with Zelle, which is scary.
And we were both like, done.
Sure.
Done.
I'll go to an ATM and get you
Sold.
cash.
He was like touching me in a way that would be inappropriate, but I could tell he was touching the coat.
Walt loves the coats.
His name is Walter.
Walt maybe has sex with the coats, and I'm fine with that.
And that's fine.
Walt's laid in bed with both of these coats,
And that's okay.
and they're named after all his dead wives.
So here's where we're going with this.
Yeah.
If you're a woman or a person who thrifts or whatever, who cares? Shut
Yeah.
up. If you're a woman, you know this feeling.
Yeah.
I think the equivalent for men is it's like when your team wins in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which has kind of been bungled by sports betting, but for the most part, it's like when your team wins in the playoffs. You do feel like something magical has happened.
A chakras aligning.
Yeah, the same way that men are like, well, now I have to wear these socks for every game this season.
Yeah.
We were like, it's happening.
We were euphoric.
We were like, we've gotten our shit kicked in a few times by the universe this year, and now it's turning around.
It feels like the coats are like turnkeys to a different portal.
Yeah, and we both had to turn the key at the same
Yes,
time.
dude.
And we did.
And we did.
because immediately after we went to a coffee shop,
I mean.
and a man just gave me a free coffee.
And he wasn't creepy.
And he wasn't creepy. He like put his eyes down and was like, "This is for you," and then just let me leave the store.
Yeah, you're like, I didn't order this. And he was like, I know it's for you.
He literally said, "I know it's for you," and
Yeah.
then left me alone.
Yeah. It couldn't have been. We were walking around. It was the perfect weather for
It was the
coats.
perfect weather for the coats.
Oh my God.
We were like, traffic lights were changing in our favor.
Yeah.
It was like music was playing in our heads. It was amazing.
We're such kick dogs too that we're like, how are we going to pay for this later?
Yeah, we were really waiting for the other shoe to
Yeah,
drop.
yeah.
I was like, I'm going to spill this coffee all over the coat.
Yeah, I'm gonna
and that'll be my penance.
I'm going to fall.
for being happy for 2 minutes.
Yeah. No, it really was. We went to a restaurant and they let us bring in our iced coffees. No problem.
No problem.
Some cool old man next to us was pulling out toys and
That he
Bibles that he made. And I was like, either we're both elevating to a different plane.
Yeah.
we're both just
having a manic
having
episode.
a mental break. I gave my bipolar to you.
Yeah, I sucked it out of you.
Yeah. But here's the thing. You're actually a little bit more into this than I am.
I'm a magical thinking girly.
Yeah, you're a magical thinking guy. And you really get...
It's so narcissistic to be a magical thinking guy because I really think that everything I do means something.
Main character energy.
Yeah. It's interesting because I'm like every little decision means something and I have to get all these right, blah, blah, blah. But then when it comes to big decisions, I'm incredibly impulsive.
Yeah.
Because I go, well, this is the universe.
Yes. My mom always says everything will work out, which is such a rich person thing to
what
say.
A privilege.
I know, it's amazing.
Of course, everything will work out if you can throw money at your problems.
Yeah, she's like, I'm buying a new house. Isn't it crazy how everything works out? I'm like, yeah, of course. That's crazy. But hey, there was a day where everything worked out.
Yeah, we were both like texting our like boyfriends who are nice to us.
Crazy.
We were like, what is this?
I know. Well, and I introduced the theory of the pocket.
Now, yeah, this is where we're going also.
Yes.
The pocket.
So I have a belief that, and this is kind of magical thinky, or also kind of like, I have a
it's karma adjacent.
yeah, I get into like everything has an equal and opposite thing or whatever. I think that's from The Craft, probably. All of our like.
It's also from science.
Sure, yeah, I agree. Thank you. Thank you for.
Every action has an equal and opposite reaction is science.
That is science.
Yeah, I'm basically doing physics, but
It's physics. This
yeah,
is physics. This is girl physics.
I'm a physicist.
We already did girl math. This is girl physics.
We're gonna go through every curriculum.
Girl physics is if life is mean to you for 2 years, you get to have a nice year.
Yes. Yeah, it's not going to mean equal to.
No.
Let's not be crazy.
Let's not be crazy.
Let's
You're
not be
still
greedy.
a girl and life is still bad.
You're still going to get raped.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
Sorry.
No, unless you already have been.
Yeah, then you get an equal and opposite rape, which is true love.
I hope.
I don't know.
Something like that.
But like both of us had real dog shit periods of our childhood.
Yeah.
And I remember when the fog started to lift during my bad childhood times. And I was like, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
Like the constant storm of shit is over. The sea change is happening. We're in the pocket. Do you have something to say about this, Mike?
I was just saying, guess again. It just fucking, it never.
Mike.
What?
I need this.
Mike, don't fuck with the pocket right now.
This is girl physics.
This is
You
girl
have no
physics.
place in it.
Actually, turn his mic off,
Yeah.
Ronnie. He's not part of this.
We're getting
Tamp him down.
It's inertia. We're getting inertia in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
We're in a gravity thing and it's spinning in the right direction.
Also, like, it's not crazy to think that if enough bad things happen to you, statistically, they're not going to keep happening.
well, there's like the rule of three,
Like,
right?
nobody's had, like, 7 of their best friends die in a freak accident.
Someone has.
But, like, it's not like
But
what
yes.
happens.
Yeah.
So when one does, you're like, well, statistically, everybody should be safe for 6 months.
yeah, that's the world I have to live in, or else I'll
Right.
go insane.
Or else I'll go insane.
This last shit period was so unrelenting. And I made the mistake, which I did to you, which I don't do anymore. Well, I'm like, this is clearly the last one.
Yeah, you did that like 4 or 5 times.
I know. And then it wasn't the last
Yeah.
one. And I was like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the last one.
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
But-
Because the thing is, it's not going to be the last one, even if we do get this break. So
Yeah.
let's just stay away from saying it.
Yeah, you're right.
I think saying it is the problem.
I think we might believe in witchcraft.
I think we might be witches.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this. My mom, my everything works out mommy, which, yes, she is rich, but she has overcome horrific shit in her life. As, you know, everyone has their own deck of shit cards. But there was a woman who was my mom's best friend who, my middle name, Maureen, yikes, is after this
It
bitch.
could be worse.
I know.
Mine
but
is fair.
yours is worse.
Yeah.
What if we switch our names to Maureen and Fair?
Kind of hot.
Kind of cool. Maureen was like my mom's best
You
friend.
think I'm not going to call you Mo?
That's great.
You're going to be Mo, dude.
Big Mo Allen.
Yeah.
Big boy Mo.
Big Mo.
Big Mo's coming over. Lock up your booze. Big Mo's in town.
Fair isn't fun like that.
No, Mo's great. So
Sarah's just a bitchy old lady.
yeah, for sure. Which you will be and kind of are.
I don't hate it.
Big Mo, original Big Bad Mo, like betrayed my mom and was like sharing all these secrets about my parents' marriage and my dad's health, and it was like a huge betrayal. My mom fucking cursed Mo out, cut her out of her life. A week later, Mo gets alopecia. All the hair falls out.
Alopecia does feel like karma sometimes.
Yes, dude. And some bitch talked shit about me in a comedy club once, and the doorman told me about it. And I wrote on her Facebook wall, I know that you were talking shit about me at this club.
Which is crazy.
I loved it. She deleted it immediately. She sent me this message like, it's the person that I am, but it's not the person I want to be. Shut up. And she got alopecia.
It's also so funny for you and I to be like, talking shit is bad.
Right. Well,
the thing we do more than anything.
Yeah, but she was a loser though, and we're fun.
I just got an important text that could be pocket. Nope, that's not pocket related.
Nice.
I thought it might be about. I found an apartment and I'm waiting to hear if I got approved for it, but it was just some fucking guy who has to drive me to Atlantic City. Which stinks and is not pocket.
Well, but you got pocket stuff going. You got a new boyfriend who's lovely.
Yep.
You got a new apartment that's
Hopefully.
cool. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, toes crossed.
You've got
Ronnie, are your toes crossed?
Oh yeah, girl.
Mikey. Is your penis
Everything's
crossed?
Oh yeah, both balls
Are your balls crossed?
That's why I'm in so much pain.
Pits are crossed, balls are crossed. I mean, you guys have seen the apartment. We gotta.
Yeah.
If anyone who listens is a witch, do this for me.
Yes.
I need to live in this.
Can I
place.
say something?
Yes.
All women are witches.
Thank you.
And I stand by this.
I agree.
Ronnie's
Yeah.
not just a lesbian; she's also a genius.
Yeah. I think also all women speak shorthand. Some woman
Yeah.
posted something on TikTok that was like, I know I'm not crazy because every time a woman says
I sent you this TikTok.
5 things, I know immediately what she's talking about.
Yeah,
We're
well,
all like
this woman,
parcel tonguing to each
This
other.
woman made a TikTok that was like, I know I'm not crazy because every time I tell a woman what happened, she agrees with me.
And gets
and
it.
all of the comments were like, you don't even have to say what happened. I agree with you.
Yes. Yes. Are we building a mob? Yes. But
As we should.
yes.
Are they not a mob? Are
thank
men
you.
not protecting each other?
Thank you. I mean, one time we went for a walk in the park and we were having a particularly pocket day.
Yeah.
The bodega had your favorite Arizona iced tea.
Which they never have. By the way, right after I saw the apartment, went to the bodega. That would be my bodega. They had it.
Symbol. Talisman.
And if you've had the Arizona blueberry white tea, you know what I'm talking about.
Every beverage is a talisman in the
Yeah.
rich world.
The free coffee,
Yep.
the Arizona.
They're all Horcruxes. They all unlock. Sorry to
Yes.
make a Harry Potter reference.
It's okay. You can be a virgin for a second.
I'm so the least virgin of this whole group.
Having sex doesn't make you not a virgin.
Yeah, that's true. I can be spiritually
Virginity is a
virgin.
construct, and it's just about being a dork.
Yeah. So there you go. But you had a taping for
Something.
Yeah, for something cool.
Yeah, that I can't talk about.
You
Somebody got something cool where they're like, I'm actually not allowed to talk about it yet.
doesn't it feel so good to say that to people?
Yeah.
You feel like a god amongst men.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
When I was like running the set I was doing for the taping, I was like asking people for spots on their shows, and they're like, so what is this for? And I got to be like, I actually can't say. And they were all like, oh my God, she's going to be famous.
She's going to be a superstar. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Apple Podcasts for following me on TikTok.
You're obsessed with this.
I'm
Apple
obsessed
Podcast
with
thing.
pocket, man.
Yeah.
It's a talisman on the way to the pocket.
It is.
And the reason why women are witches, to circle back, we got the Arizona iced tea. We walked to the park. It was a beautiful day, not too hot, not too cold. And we both just lay on a bench and looked at the trees, looked at the sun coming through the trees, look at the birch wood. And I'm like, it's like human skin. And you're like, everything is everything.
Basically, what you're saying is women can get to where men get on mushrooms just by having a good day.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
And I've said this for years.
I agree.
Men need psychedelics and women don't.
No.
Men need psychedelics to understand empathy, and women are born with it.
And it's crippling sometimes.
Yeah.
But this brings us to shit on men segment, because men do this all the time. Also, like dorky fucking loser women do this.
Because we've been wearing these coats everywhere.
Yes.
And they're statement
To
coats.
the gym.
I'll admit that they're statement coats.
Yeah.
And you go ahead.
And I'm a fashion girly. I worked in fashion for a long time, and I've been wearing a statement coat forever.
Yeah, and I've been weird my whole life.
100%. So when you come into a room, an event, something, and someone goes, "Oh, you're dressed up. You're very dressed up. Where are you
well,
going
look
to
at
a
you.
ball
What do you have?"
afterwards?
Oh, I have the best version of this.
Okay.
One time I was wearing ripped jeans with fishnets under them. Slay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a fun weird girl.
Yeah.
And a female comic, I was at an open mic, a girl comic came up to me and went, "Do you like have something after this?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Then why are you wearing that?"
Shut up, slob.
So that I can wear it while I shove your face into the concrete,
Yeah.
you fucking bitch.
Shut up, slob pig. You're lucky to look at me.
Yeah.
How dare you? You're
Yeah,
trying to
get
make
your
me
fucking
feel bad.
sweatpants out of here.
Yeah. You're trying to make me feel like I try too hard. Try harder.
Try harder.
You're embarrassing to everyone
Yeah.
around you. And like,
Also, I was actively getting laid at that open mic and she wasn't. So
yes.
fuck you.
Yes. It's always a jealous little
I was
petty.
fucking 2 dudes in that room at that time.
Ooh, doggy. Those fishnets were getting ripped open on the bar. Lizzy was getting bent over and looking great while it happened.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's always like they want to embarrass you
That is what it is.
for expressing yourself.
Yeah, they're insecure, so they want to embarrass you.
Yeah. And should be embarrassed about themselves.
Or I don't think they should be, but it's just such a lame move. It's
Yeah.
just lame. I wouldn't notice that your outfit was lame if you didn't say anything about mine.
Yes.
I'm a girl's girl. I want you to wear sweatpants. I want you to wear whatever the fuck you want. But the minute you come for my weird stuff I'm wearing,
Yeah.
now I think your outfit sucks and you're a bitch and you're lame.
And also men who are wearing band tees do this too.
Yes.
They're wearing like a Maroon 5 outfit.
Men who are wearing a band t-shirt from Target
Yes.
have the nerve to comment at all on what I'm wearing.
I know.
Are you insane?
And also
Sorry, your clothes smell like dirty laundry, first of all. First of all, let's start there.
the wet smell.
Second of all, just because you fish this out of a bargain bin doesn't mean you have the right to talk about what anyone's wearing ever at all.
Yes. And I'm a tall lady, so I still do, but I often used to wear huge platforms and I'd be like 6'3" in them. Everybody was always making a fucking stink about. You don't think I see how tall I am?
Yeah.
I'm doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
I want to be a beautiful glamazon. It makes me feel confident. Just because I'm a tall girl does not mean I can't wear cool shoes. Stop raining on my parade. Stop shitting on my back. I'm having a nice day.
Yeah.
I'm here to express myself.
Yeah, it's just not. It's just lame.
It's
it
so
really
fucking
is just lame.
Yeah, yeah.
It immediately makes me realize what kind of person you are, and it's not the kind of person I want to be. I've also dated people. I dated one person in particular who like changed the way I dressed with little comments.
Who made you small?
Who made me small? Who took pieces of me away from me? Pieces of myself that
Like a
made
little
me me
squirrel
away from
taking
me.
acorns
Like a little
slowly,
squirrel.
grading you down.
And by the end of our relationship, I was shopping at the Gap.
I can't believe it.
No.
Yeah, Ronnie,
Ronnie,
can you
yes.
believe it?
The Gap, huh?
The Gap.
The Gap.
Yeah.
Ugh.
She was a
And here's the
cardigan
thing.
wearing girl.
Here's the thing. Do I still get jeans from the Gap? Yeah.
Sure.
But they're jeans. You can get jeans from wherever you want. I was getting outfits from the Gap.
yeah.
Did you have
Outfits.
like Gap branded logo?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie, I did.
You had like a
Because-
Gap sweatshirt?
Because I dated a preppy
Yeah.
guy who was mean to me.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, it was mostly not Gap branded, but it was like a cardigan.
Yeah.
For sure, a cardigan.
Lizzy had like light brown hair,
Yeah.
gold
He
rim
made me grow
glasses.
out my bangs.
Yep. Ugh, criminal.
Criminal.
If you're dating someone and they try to get rid of your bangs, get out,
Told me he
girl.
didn't want me to get any more tattoos.
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was like, I'm thinking about getting another tattoo. And he was like, I think just like the couple you have is like classy.
oh.
He would always try to like classy me up.
The word classy
Yeah.
is the most evil
And
word.
is mostly used by people with no fucking class.
Yes, you're wearing joggers.
You know what's classy? Being cool and having taste.
Yes, no.
You're wearing joggers!
I know. People
Because you're too fat for your jeans! God, he was a bitch and a worm.
people call me tacky sometimes. Losers who have no taste.
People call me gauche
Yes.
sometimes.
And because I'll often go, I shop at like a mix between very fancy stores every once in a while.
And Rainbow.
And I love going into Rainbow and getting
Yeah.
giant pink platforms and crop tops that don't really fit. because I'm a goth Barbie and I'm living like an anime character.
And why are we alive if not to have fun with? I did not ask for this skin suit to walk around in.
Yes.
You're going to tell me I can't have any fun with it? I have to go to the Gap and get a preppy little Oxford to wear to meet your parents? I'll kill you.
Yes. And don't make me wear jeans. I hate jeans.
Yeah.
You ever, when someone's like, you look really cool in jeans. Well, everyone wears jeans except for me because I have a fat ass and I'm 7 feet tall. Stop trying to grade me down into some weird like boots and sweaters, tiny gold jewelry. I've never been that girl.
Boots and sweaters girls that comment on our outfits.
Yes,
Andrea
they do.
hates the boots and sweaters
I
girls.
hate them.
I think we've defined boots and sweaters girls on this podcast.
Yeah.
But they're girls whose life goal is to get married to a guy they like enough.
And isn't it funny that I'm married to a wonderful man, or I'm going to be married to a wonderful man that I love, and the boots and sweaters girls would die for this guy. Good job, attractive, fun and cool, has female friends, and I'm like, you don't get him because you're a boring slob.
My ex-boyfriend, who sucks, but I did a set at a comedy club where all the girls are these girls.
Yeah.
And I said to them, I was like, I'm dating a guy who works in finance.
Yeah.
And you aren't.
Mm-hmm.
And you think that they would never like me? Guess what? Sometimes guys want to fuck a thing they hate.
Yeah, we do fall into that corner.
Yeah,
we're usually like the anti-Venom. If they're dating a boots and sweaters and they hate her, they're like, let me go fuck a whore to even it out.
And that's not great, but, you know.
Yeah.
We are winning.
that is also girl physics when you get to be the whore that they fucked to get over the nice girl that they hated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can nick me on the way out. That's fine.
Whatever.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, your girlfriend did Shakespeare in the Park? Come over to my house and I'll fuck your goddamn brains out. And we'll never talk again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
I don't care.
God, I was such a Gap girly for a hot 6 months.
Can I say the thing that this guy said that is the funniest and most humiliating thing?
I don't remember it.
So this boy, this Gap degrader of character boy told Lizzy that he followed fitness models.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What are you, gay?
Told me his type was fitness models.
What are you?
What are you, gay?
Yeah, insane.
Also, to say that to your girlfriend who just isn't.
Yeah, I know.
Who just is like a thick bitch with big tits is crazy.
It's not a microaggression.
He would also be like, I like girls with short hair and deep voices. And I'd be like, well, I'm not either of those things.
Yes.
So you're gay.
So you like men. So you're saying you like men. It's not even a microaggression. It's a macroaggression to deal with your inner homophobia. Yeah. Oh, I like fitness models. Are you commenting on their pages?
Can you imagine being like, oh, God, I just love her abs.
Oh,
Shut up.
God. Sorry that you hate that you're fat.
Yeah.
He was fat, phobic towards himself and everybody around him. And he was a tiny little man.
All right.
Sorry, everybody.
Do you think he listens to this? No way. There's no way.
No way.
Should we talk about the thing that happened?
Yes. This
So
sucks.
the other day, I dated this guy for 2 years and it was messy. Like the breakup was messy. It was like, every girl has that one big messy. This was mine.
First serious boyfriend.
Messy, year-long breakup.
Trying to be friends.
Trying to figure it out, just not working, blah, blah, blah. We were both alcoholics. It was a whole thing. Anyhow, the night that I did that big deal taping thing that we alluded to, I'm like, with all my friends, my boyfriend's there, couldn't feel better about myself. And I see that I get a missed call from this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, isn't it just like you to want to rain on my parade?
This is rich.
I'm thinking like somebody told somebody who told you that I'm doing this thing and you're calling me to tell me you're proud of me, but you really just want to make me feel weird on my big night because you love making me feel weird.
Yeah.
And I have all these conspiracy theories in my head.
Girl physics.
And I'm like, he's obsessed with me.
Yeah.
And then the next day I text him and I say, hey, did you call me on purpose? And I'm like being kind and giving him an out.
Yeah.
And he goes, I was returning your call. Oh. Ronnie, Mike, I called him by accident and I didn't realize it.
Oh, no. That stinks.
And I said something like, oh, I didn't realize I did that. Must have been an accident. Sorry.
And that makes you seem like you're overcompensating and that
but
sucks.
It really was an accident.
I know. But when you're like.
Because I didn't realize he was still my emergency contact in my phone. And I guess if you press the lock button on your phone a certain number of times, it calls your emergency contact.
Oh, I did not know that.
So I was
PSA.
wearing jeans that were too tight. My phone was in my pocket. It must have pressed the button is my theory.
Butt dialed your ex.
But literally butt dialed my ex.
Tough.
And then I wrote blah, 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 sorry. And he wrote back, okay. And now he gets to think
He
I'm
won.
pining
He won.
over a guy who wore Lululemon joggers.
I know, God.
I could hang myself in Times Square.
Yeah, that sucks.
That sucks.
There's no way that I could have painted that as not a lose for you.
I so badly wanted to be like, sorry, I didn't realize I called you because I was so busy taping this set for this thing and hanging out with my boyfriend.
But you can't because you're
But
already
you
the
can't,
loser who
'cause
called
you're already
him.
the loser who
yeah,
called.
that's a win for him.
What
Sorry.
a nightmare. One for
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Whatever.
maybe-
My life is better.
yeah, your life is objectively better, and that's the win.
Oh my God, what a nightmare.
Yeah, you won, buddy, but you lost a
Yeah.
little bit in that moment. That's okay.
I also thought maybe he was calling me to finally apologize.
yeah, you gotta let that
Oh.
one sail.
Yeah.
And
be
that's
waiting
never
for that.
going to happen.
Yeah.
Waiting for that call into the cremation casket. The apology call.
Yeah.
That's never gonna happen.
Did your bad ex ever apologize to you, Mike?
Eventually there was like sort of an apology that I like forced her into.
Love a forced apology.
And it was just like we got to a place where like we met up for drinks over the summer, and I had like I just kind of like gave it to her because I think she was expecting it to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna like reconcile and like have a good drink, like a drink to hang out or whatever. And I just showed up with like both barrels fucking loaded
With a list.
Mike showed up like Samantha from
Yes,
Sex in the
he
did.
City. You know that scene where she shows up to her. If you're not at the Sex in the City and you listen to this podcast, I actually don't know who you are.
Yeah, seriously, get out of here.
That Venn diagram has to be a circle.
Yes. Also,
the-
Sex in the City is magical things
it's
for girls.
The show.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's The Sopranos for girls. There's the scene where Samantha shows up that her one like boyfriend cheats on her.
Richard.
And he asks her to get a drink, and she shows up and orders a dirty martini and throws it in her face. He goes, "Dirty martini, dirty man."
Oh, God.
And that's what Mike did.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is so Samantha.
Yeah. Yes.
Mike's a Samantha.
I did but I
Samantha.
did. She showed up, and I think she thought it was gonna be like a I don't know, flirty or like whatever. And I was like, I got a lot of things to say to you.
Ooh, love that.
And
Yeah,
I was,
I've been
you know.
I've been fantasizing about him confronting me about like talking shit on podcasts
Yeah.
or like talking shit to our mutual friends so that I can be like, yeah, I've been talking shit and here's a list of reasons why.
Yeah. It's a first of all, how dare you moment.
First of all, how
dare you? Wait, Ronald, have you ever had a apology or an opportunity to do a first of all, how
A
dare
Samantha.
you? Yeah.
I got an apology not too long ago.
Wow.
Did it make
Yeah.
you feel better or worse?
It made me feel so much worse.
Yeah,
I
the
think
apology
it-
makes you feel
I
worse.
think it makes you feel worse.
I've
Makes
gotten
it
a lot of
worse.
Dude,
apologies.
the apology at some point makes you think that the thing could work out.
Right.
Yeah.
Also,
Which
the
is not
apology,
true.
if not done exactly right, is a selfish act.
Right.
Yes.
Because
Right.
a lot
Yeah.
of people are just uncomfortable with being the bad guy.
Right.
Now, this guy could apologize to me in the right way if he wanted to for like one specific thing,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which is I was 37 and you were 21.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
But
Not great.
other than that, anything else would just be to alleviate your own guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a selfish thing to do.
Ronald, what was your apology about? Why were you being apologized to?
I can't get into it on air.
God damn it, Ronald.
And for God's sakes, get in the frame.
Yeah.
Sorry.
One of my early apologies in my first boyfriend, first love, messy, big loser. I was too young. He got me pregnant, and
For a second, I thought his name was Messi. I was
Yeah.
like, what was he, a fucking European football player?
no, he was a redheaded spiritual guy.
Ah, right.
Imagine getting your shit rocked by a redheaded man.
Yeah, I don't have to imagine it, Lizzy. It happened. He carried a walking stick. and
Whatever. Mine was 5'5".
carried a walking
He carried a
stick.
walking stick. He did DMT. He said he was going to start a cult. I wasn't invited because I had bad energy.
Was this the Burning Man guy?
God.
Yeah, I was young. None of you knew me at this
Oh,
point.
boy, God. Good
But-
God.
Oh my God, you're not going to invite me to your cult?
Yeah, I was banned from the cult because of my quote bad energy. I'm
Yeah.
your girlfriend. You love me. Yes, you know that I don't love you as much as you love me, and that was discussed during
And
the
maybe
apology.
that makes my energy bad.
Yeah, but Also, fuck you. So he got me pregnant, barely helped me find an abortion. Like I was like Googling Planned Parenthoods.
Yeah.
I was in college. I was throwing up in bathrooms all around campus. And then he was going back to California so he couldn't come to the abortion. He couldn't come to the party.
He went to California to not go to
Yeah.
the abortion.
He bought a ticket early. And then the day of the abortion, he forgot to call me.
Yeah.
And then at like 8 p.m., I finally sacked up and called him, and I was going to yell at him. And I was just like, anything happening today that you would think about? Anything
Yeah.
on your Cal? Anything on the Google Cal?
Yeah.
He was like, no, I'm like having a barbecue, blah, 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 blah.
Jesus.
So he didn't go with you?
He didn't go with me. He was in
didn't
another
call, Mike.
state. He didn't call. He never paid for it.
And he's
Hold
having
on,
a barbecue.
Stop everything. Mike, do you have Hinge open right now?
What?
Do you have Hinge open on your phone right now?
Yeah. No, I was listening to the story. I heard what Andrea said. I was
Men are
repeating for
pigs,
emphasis.
dude. Andrea's telling her horrific abortion story.
I'm listening.
And
I
Mike
heard
is
it.
Like, and Mike is like, that does sound like a perfect first date.
I just would think that
Yeah.
if one is a 50-50 partner in the abortion,
Sure.
that they would escort
Put
the
that
other
in your
partner.
Hinge profile,
Yeah.
buddy. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good stuff.
Say, we'll pay for the abortion.
Yeah,
You gotta get 'em.
I'm just shocked that this guy was just having a barbecue.
Actually, this is a full tangent, but if a guy had that in his Hinge profile, I would like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not only did he not pay for it, not remember it, then he tried to gaslight me. He came back to visit New York and he was like, I just was so emotional about it that I didn't know the words.
Yikes.
That was the apology. Was like, I'm sorry,
Jesus.
that was such a hard day for
You
me.
had a barbecue.
You were barbecuing. You forgot I was getting a baby sucked out of me.
These
And
men don't realize that it would be so much cooler if they were like, I can't believe I forgot.
easy.
I was in California. I wasn't thinking about it. That's a terrible thing, and I can't believe I forgot. And I'm so sorry.
How does he not go?
Because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah, what are you surprised?
You know men.
Yes.
I
Mike,
do know men, and I know very few men that are this bad.
Yeah. Mike, my brain cell's scrambled. Where do you think it comes
Why
from?
do you think we have worms for brains,
Yeah.
Mike? Do you think we were born like this?
Okay, fair
we
point.
weren't.
That's
Have
a
you
fair
heard
point.
about my
A little
dead
bit
dad?
we were, but not mostly.
Yeah.
Okay, fair, fine.
I
I should stop interrupting the story.
that's okay.
Gold,
Yeah.
ladies.
Yeah. Let's just trot out Andrea's trauma and while you're on Hinge, just go, that
And
sucks.
then they get to call us crazy because that's the thing. If I like ran into this guy, it'd be so hard for me to not be a psychopath.
Yeah, sure.
And then he gets to be like, my ex-girlfriend's crazy. She talks about me on podcasts, but you made my brain worms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm acting crazy.
Whenever I see a girl who's like actively crazy in a way that's like concerning all the time, I'm like, every man who dates this girl should be put
a
on
problem.
a list. Yeah,
Yeah.
they should be put on a Twitter or a Threads.
Yeah.
Every girl throws the name at him. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, you should be banned from all dating apps for 2 years.
Yes. There used to be a website where girls could rate
Yeah.
men's sexual experiences
Yeah.
with men, which,
There's a Facebook page
oh yeah.
called Are We Dating the Same Guy?
Ooh.
When you start dating a guy, you can post a photo of like his bathroom.
God, that's good.
You don't necessarily have to post a photo of him, but you post a photo of him or like his apartment.
Yeah.
And you go, hey gals, are we dating the same guy?
This is beautiful.
And a lot of times someone's like, yeah. Or someone's like, hey, we're not dating the same guy, but I did date that guy and my brain is worms now.
Yeah. You can't remedy my brain being worms with a half-assed apology.
Nope.
You don't get to
Or
do
a
that.
lie.
Or
Or
a
a lie
lie.
about how you were too sad.
Yeah.
You were too sad?
Yeah. How dare you?
How dare you?
And let's
First of all, how dare you? This guy tried to I was too sad me after the last interaction we had was related to my father dying.
I know.
You were too sad?
It's insane.
My dad died 3 months after I got sober and you were too sad? I'll actually kill you with my thumbs.
Wah, wah, baby, goo, ga, go fuck yourself.
Me. Also, you're 25 years older than me. I mean, 15, but who's counting?
If
Me?
there are
All the
younger
time?
listeners listening to this podcast, early 20s, maybe even teens, listen to us. We've
Listen
done
to
it.
this specifically.
Yeah.
You are not mature for your age.
Nope.
No matter how many times he tells you are. And also, all my friends were telling me I was, because maybe I was a little bit. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You are not mature enough to date a man 15 years older than you, and he's a monster.
Yes.
He's not a nice guy. He's a bad guy. Get away from him and date a nice 25-year-old boy.
There is a thing that I heard. I can't remember who originally said it, but I think it is very specific for this. Nothing is ever blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So if someone's like, he's da-da-da-da, but blah, 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 and then the excuse comes through, it's not blah, blah, blah.
It's not blah, blah,
It's
blah.
never blah, blah, blah.
He's 15 years older than you.
He's 15 years older than you. He's a
and
loser.
I know you're listening to this right now going, well, not my 15 years older than my boyfriend. Yeah, him.
Yeah, him.
Specifically him.
No,
If you're listening to this and going, not him, he's actually exactly who I'm talking about.
no one's ever too damaged to commit to you.
Yeah.
No one's ever not taking you out in public because they are afraid.
Because PDA makes them nervous.
Yep. It's all
He's cheating on you.
Every blah 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 is exactly. And listen to our voices. We are warning you. We are oracles from the future.
Our brains were made worms by these men.
We are orbs floating around your head, being like, listen to our horrors.
Because this is the thing. Even if your 15 years older than your boyfriend isn't like necessarily a true predator,
Mm-hmm.
the thing that happened to me, which is the thing that will happen to you, is you're going to think he's right about everything.
Yep.
He's going to make you think he's right about everything. So every time you get in a fight, you're gonna go, well, he must be right because he has all this experience on me. And then you get out of that relationship and you grow up a little bit and you go, oh, I was right the whole time because I wasn't dating a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Your boyfriend's a pedophile and nothing's ever blah,
Your
blah,
boyfriend's
blah.
a pedophile and he's gay because he shops at the Gap.
Wait, also,
Wait, sorry, what?
where are we right now?
Wait, sorry, I had a seizure.
I already made a rape joke. This episode's already
I
explicit.
know, it's toast.
Wait, quick question before we take a break. Has anybody ever given the apology in this room?
Yeah.
Ronald, what did you do?
Ronald.
I was being messy.
Ah.
Did you give the apology genuinely or in an effort to get back together? Don't lie.
No, genuinely.
Okay.
Genuinely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've given plenty of
Well, you're a boy.
Yeah.
apologies.
But that's nice that you did. What was the biggest apology you ever gave, Mikey?
the biggest.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
We can circle back if you can think of one because I have mine.
Yeah, let's go. I'll after the break.
Yes.
You'll hear mine.
Mike, tease.
I've apologized to friends, but never a person I've dated.
The boyfriend that I had when we both had boyfriends who dumped us in the same day. This is why we are in the orb
I
together
know.
because every horrible life event has been perfectly synced.
I know.
So the boyfriend that I had, I was doing what you did where we pretended to be friends for years and then I would visit him and have sex with him and still be in love with him. And we were both like in the same spot. It wasn't, me being a shithead or him being a shithead. Well, see, and here we go. It was maybe me being a shithead, and that's why I apologize. Because some other manic pixie dream girl came into his life, and I hated her immediately.
Yeah.
She was posting pictures of herself looking hot with captions that had little stars in it, and she was always going through something, and he was helping her with it. He was on the phone with her till 2 a.m, and I hated her immediately.
And you were wrong here because he wasn't your boyfriend.
Yeah.
But also, if you're listening to this and your boyfriend has a girl he's friends with who he's on the phone with till 2 a.m, it's not blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's not. It's
You're right about her.
Yeah, you're 100% right about her. But the way I used to send him screenshots of her Instagram photos.
I know. And we were friends at this point. I remember this.
And
And I
I-
remember, if you remember, I was like, you are kind of the bad guy here because I'm a good friend.
I was a bad guy, but a fun guy.
Yeah.
So I'd send photos of her Instagram posts and be like, God, what a loser.
What a loser,
Oh,
huh?
you're posting your
what
poetry.
a corny, stupid whore.
And a picture of you looking out a window with sun hitting your face. Blah.
Which is lame.
Yeah, it was lame. And then one day I was doing it and he sent me a text message back that was like, hey, please don't talk about her this way because you don't know her that well. And I was like, what is this? And so I was like, oh shit, I'm like maybe being out of pocket a little bit. So I kind of apologized, but he kept sending like similar texts of like, you don't know what she's going through.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I think you and I were hanging out as the texts were coming in.
yeah. And I was like, what the hell is this? He doesn't talk like this.
Yeah.
And then I found out this girl was with him when
Yeah.
I sent the screenshots.
So you just bullied her to her face.
Yes, and she saw it on his phone and she kept being like, give me your phone, show me what she's saying. And so he had to send these like very politically neutral texts. And I was like, why is he texting me like he's a diplomat? And then this bitch sent me a message on Instagram being like, I've always really admired.
Again, I don't know if we can call her this bitch because I don't know what she's done
Because
wrong
I'm this
here.
bitch. I'm this bitch. She kept being like, I've always really admired your podcast and the things that you do. And I just think you're cool. And I was like, I know what you're up to.
What is she up to, Andrea?
You're gonna try to make
Is she
me
trying to fuck a guy who's not your boyfriend?
Yes. Okay. And yes. And she was trying to guilt me, though. She was trying to. See, again, this is not my finest. She was trying to set me up by being like, I think you're wonderful and great.
Yeah, she did the move that she did the girl jujitsu.
She was rising
instead
above.
of going, hey, you fucking bitch, she went, I don't know, I just think you're really cool, so it's a bummer that you don't think I'm cool.
Exactly.
And I think that's kind of a slay.
Well, I blocked her.
And I get that, and I'm on your side because I'm your
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
But you know that if one of us thought of that, we'd both be like, God, I'm good.
I know. I was the bad guy. And then I realized during this event, he likes to take care of crazy ladies.
Yeah.
And I've been making him be my babysitter, even though we're not dating.
Yeah.
And so I had to be like, it's not fair what I'm doing to you.
Yeah.
And I was really threatened by this other girl who does the same thing to you. She stinks. But also, I stink.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
can't talk.
And I made mine be my babysitter, but I never apologized for it because if you date a girl 15 years younger than her, you're kind of signing up to be her babysitter.
Yeah. Well, mine was a younger man than me.
Yeah. Not everything is black and white.
Sorry.
Except it is, actually.
Yes, nothing's ever blah, blah, blah. Let's take a little blah, blah break
Whoa.
and we'll be right blah, blah back.
That's fun.
Thank you. Breathe, just
2 a.m. and she calls me because I'm still awake. Can you help me unravel my latest mistake? I don't love him. Winter just wasn't my season. I think that verse is about abortion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because then she's like, then we walk through the doors, so accusing their eyes, like they have any right at all to criticize. Hypocrites, you're all here for the very same reason.
Also, unravel my latest mistake is me calling my ex at 2 in the
Yeah.
morning and being like, I did a bad thing and I'm so sad and
Yeah.
please listen to me for 7 hours and I won't fuck you. So, speaking of bad guys, Mikey, you got your
What?
What? What was your biggest apology?
So it's actually, I'm kind of embarrassed by this one.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And this is a person that I am still on very good terms with, who I actually like a lot still.
So we won't talk shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a shit talking thing. It's me being an idiot. So there is this in my days with guys we fucked. Obviously, I had I had chicks in the DMs a lot.
Mike, the nudes king.
As previously mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a woman that when we started talking, she was in like South Carolina, and then she ended up moving to Minnesota, I think. And we had this kind of relationship over probably a decade where
Wow. Oh, I
Yeah.
remember this girl.
The text relationship for over a decade is always a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
a canon event.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
so
I
she-
had one of those too.
Yeah.
she like, we definitely had a vibe that was working for the two of us, which I think was great.
Was it a relationship, but that was just not quite there, though? You know what I mean? Where it was like we click on so many levels, but it just is. It can't ever be a full thing. 'cause it's not quite.
I think a big part of it was that like she's extremely attractive, but she's not like kind of like what Lizzy was talking about with the Gap thing. She has like she's covered in tattoos, which is very different than what I'm used
What's wrong
to.
with that?
There's nothing.
Mike's a Gap guy.
First off, there's nothing wrong with it. Second off, it's not like what you guys have. Right? Like she had like full arm sleeves.
So she's tatted.
She's tatted
Yeah.
like
Okay.
everywhere.
Yeah.
And
What do you think we're working on?
painting canvas.
maybe
Yeah.
someday you'll get
You
there.
can't do it all in one day. It's expensive.
But this was something. So I think that was something that was like holding me back.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Can't introduce that to your mother.
yeah, is my
Yeah, I mean, like I think that like the more I got to know her, the more I was like, I don't think this would matter really. But like I don't know, for
she
whatever
just
reason.
wasn't your type.
Well, she was, but she wasn't. It's like hard because she's smoking hot. It's just like
Yeah, she was hot, but she wasn't like your type. Like
A girlfriend.
you like we know what you like.
Yeah.
right. But we did have like a vibe, and we were constantly like it was definitely a sexual thing where we'd send nudes back and forth for years and whatever.
Oh,
And then eventually we got to this place where like we were talking one night, and she was like, I think I'm thinking about like coming to visit my friend in New York for like a week or something. Are you going to be around? Like it'd be great to meet up. And we ended up having this like FaceTime where I don't know what was going on in my life, but I was in some sort of panic, and I was basically like, listen, I like almost like professed like love to her on this like FaceTime. And I laid it on so thick. I was like, listen, like, why don't you come and like visit? Like, why don't you stay with me? And then like maybe like if it works out, like, I don't know, maybe this could really be a thing. Like, why don't we try this?
Has
Like,
happened to me.
I literally just like dumped this all
This
on
has
her.
literally happened
Yeah.
to me.
Where I was essentially almost like, why don't you just like come live with me? Because she was like, I want to get out of. She's like, I don't really want to stay in Minnesota. Like,
Oh my
I'm
God.
thinking about coming to New York or whatever.
And it's always been you to her. It's always been you.
I kind of, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I kind of
Yeah.
did that. And she's like, all right, well, I'll come. Like, I'll come. So she comes to
And
New
she's
York.
like, okay.
I think she kind of was like, all right, we should probably slow down here or whatever. But she came to New York. We had an awesome weekend when she was here. She stayed with me. We had like a really, really good time. And then I think when she left though, like the vibe that I was getting was also just kind of like on my end, I was like, I basically had like post nut clarity after the weekend.
Yeah, you
where I was like,
also-
oh my God, like I had a great time, but like, oh, I'm not gonna marry you. Like, oh my God, you
You
know.
also like probably a little bit fell in love with the idea of a person.
Yeah.
And now
100%.
she's like in your house and you're like, oh, you're a person.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And again, it was an awesome weekend, but then she went home, and I think that she, like, having done this, having what I,
Yeah.
what did you call it, Andrea?
It's always been you. and
It's
her.
always been you.
Having it's always been you'd her. I think she was, like, expecting this to become, like, sort of, like, starting a long-distance thing into...
Why not?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Wanted her to
kind
live
of,
in
like...
your spare bedroom.
I kind of got a little, like, distant, I think, because I fucking knew that I fucked up.
Yeah.
And then I eventually had to like have a talk with her where I was like, listen, I understand. I really fucked up. Like
That's good.
That was too much.
Mike-
I'm so sorry. I completely understand why you would think this was, and I don't know, like, I just don't know if I'm in that place yet. And like, this might've been like too much
Not
too
in that
soon.
place hurts.
Well, it's
Yeah.
just like, I don't know. Like,
No, I know. You
it
did
was-
the right thing.
It was like a reality check where it was like, she's like a year or two older than me, I think.
Hag.
So no, it's not that, but it's like if you date a woman like in their mid 30s or late 30s, I just feel like you have to make decisions quick because
Yeah. Especially if they want to pop out a kid.
right,
Yeah.
it's not like you're like 25 and it's like like your whole life is ahead of you. Like you kind of have to move on it quick.
Yeah, you're about to be sent out to pasture with every other 50-year-old woman.
Right.
Yeah.
So I felt bad and like I talked to her about it. And, like,
I've
we're
been,
still
it's
cool.
always been used by men in different states 4 times.
Yeah, listen, it's a move that we have. It's in our
4 times.
it's in our tool belt.
Which is, oh God, which is perfectly, because was going to be our respectfully segment or one of them.
Yeah.
Respectfully, stop doing boyfriend cosplay.
Can I?
Get in there, buddy.
Okay. We've talked, we being women, not
Yeah.
necessarily us in this podcast, have started talking about weaponized incompetence.
Yes.
Which is basically when a man is like, but I don't know how to clean the kitchen, so you have to clean the kitchen. I'm
You're
a little
so
baby.
good at it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Respectfully, you guys are fucking weaponizing your incompetence around relationship dynamics.
Yes.
And then acting like we're crazy for reading into things that you're serving to us. Fuck you. You know what you're doing. You're doing boyfriend cosplay, and I'll kill you.
Yes. You're doing.
How dare you?
You're kissing on the forehead.
I'll give the example I gave you.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok where a woman was talking about how her male friend is seeing a girl who he doesn't want to date seriously.
Mhm.
And,
And
he asked-
they know pretty early, by the way.
Yeah.
You know.
And
Almost
he-
immediately, to be
and-
honest.
and I don't think he's told the girl he doesn't want to date her seriously.
hmm
And he asked the girl to hang out on Valentine's Day.
Oh, I was about to bring this up.
And his friend who made the video told him, don't do that because nothing signals I want to be in a serious relationship with you more than going out to dinner on Valentine's Day.
hmm
And then he was all, I didn't know that. I didn't know that that's what I was doing. Yeah, you did.
Yes, you did.
What have you never seen one movie?
Yes.
Shut the fuck up. You know what that means? And this is what they do because they want to signal seriousness to women that they don't want to be in serious relationships with.
Future
because-
faking.
Yes, because
Yeah.
they want those women to commit to them.
Yep.
And they want those women to not fuck other men, but mostly they want unlimited access to her.
Yeah, you want a girlfriend without girlfriend stuff. Yep. How dare you?
And this has happened to me a lot.
So many men. And also, I think a lot of men or non-binary entities who act male, because this happens in the queer community too, I'm
You
sure.
brought this up because a non-binary person did this to me.
Yes. There is a non-binary person
Hey,
who is in
come
New
on.
York City that I hate so deeply.
They're not innocent.
Oh, you have nail polish. Shut the fuck up. You're not that interesting, Mr. They. They do this thing where they're like, women are crazy, where it's like, don't stop being crazy.
Why are you reading into everything I'm doing?
Yes. You know that we're watching every move.
Also, you made the point that's what dating is.
Yes.
Dating is reading into everything someone's doing.
Screenshotting texts. What does this mean?
And you know that.
Yes, you know what you're doing. Don't kiss me in the rain and call me a fucking crazy bitch.
Don't take me to the beach at midnight and hold me.
Yes.
And then be like, sorry, why did you think that this was serious?
Yes.
I don't know, because you made it feel like a fucking movie.
But also, they want to feel like a good guy. So it's hard. This is the line where I'll say it is kind of hard.
Yeah.
Is like, you want to be respectful to a person that you're casually having sex with. You can't just
Yeah.
like dump them off on the curb and be like, all right, pig, thanks for fucking me.
But I'm so sick of men acting like there's no gray area.
That's what I'm saying is like, get me a coffee, get me a sandwich.
Yeah,
be cool
treat
to
me like a person.
Treat me like a person.
But you don't have to treat me like you're in love with me if you're not.
Right. But I think that they love to see women like glowing and falling for them because it makes them feel like a good guy or like a guy. They're getting this like love bomby experience, but they think they're good, but you're doing bad things.
And it's not actually about making the woman happy.
No, it's about
It's
seeing
about
a
making
woman.
her yours.
Yeah, yes. It's about possessing them.
Yeah.
And having them not
I mean,
have
this
options.
person who future faked the fuck out of me. I mean, they were telling me the whole time that they didn't want a serious relationship, but then were acting serious towards me. So it was very confusing. We broke up and got back together because I almost went on a date with one of their friends, not knowing that they were friends. And that should have signaled to me what this person wants is for you to not date other people.
Yes. You're locked down. I
Yeah.
get to roam around.
Or even just like, I get to not commit to you.
Yes.
Even if it's not about fucking other people, it's about not being like your partner, your person.
Yeah.
And with my boyfriend now, the first time he asked me to be his girlfriend, I said no. Because I had to be sure that it wasn't just about me not fucking other people.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, man, I'm already not fucking other people. But I don't want to be your girlfriend unless you want to be my boyfriend. Like, are you going to show up
Yeah.
and do these things? And then, but I didn't say that explicitly. I was sort of doing a little test.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said, I was like, not right now. Ask me again in a few weeks. But I was like, but I did make it clear that I wasn't fucking anyone else. And I would prefer that he didn't either.
I will say this on the Valentine's Day thing, which I agree with you that it signals a certain thing. But also, if we have a schedule where all we can do on Valentine's Day, we're not going out to dinner,
Yeah, but
don't handle me with kid gloves.
yeah.
I know it's this day.
Also, it's very easy to be like, LOL, I know it's Valentine's Day.
right.
But do you want to hang out anyway?
Yeah, that's all you do. By the way, I've been ghosted on Valentine's Day. Come for me.
So anyway,
Horrible.
so I said no to my boyfriend at first.
Yeah.
And then he did start just showing up. Like, there was one day where I was doing something that gave me anxiety and I was texting him about it all day. And instead of being like, treating me like a burden, he asked me if I wanted to call him.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh, okay, you're a boyfriend.
Mhm.
You're not a guy that just wants all of me all the time. You know what I mean? And that's the fucking difference. And these men are acting like they don't know that difference. You know that difference. You're not a baby. You've dated before. I'm tired of this bullshit.
You have emotional intelligence because you know what you're doing is getting a result that you like.
Yeah.
So let's not pretend that it's just all happenstance that I do nice things
It's almost
sparingly.
refreshing to hang out with the guy who just fucks you.
Oh my God, yes.
Because
all
you're
day,
like,
every
okay,
day.
you're not pretending.
Yeah.
Like, if I ask you to go to a concert with all my friends, you're not going to hit me with a maybe. You're going to go, hey, buddy, that's not what this is.
Yes. And there's also another strain. There's a way this happens on one night stands, which I loathe.
Yeah.
Because I give mother energy.
Yeah.
This even when I was younger, I was everyone's big goth mommy.
Yeah.
And this happened to me all the time. Some man would meet me at a bar. Number one, they would be like, look at this goth whore with a spiky necklace. I can
do whatever I want
can
to her.
shit on her chest and never talk to her again. And then the second thing would be they fuck me and then they just unload the most deep life shit that I'm like, you shouldn't even be telling a therapist this. Like, I think I'm a sociopath. Am I gay? Like, just crazy stuff.
6 men in a row told me they got molested on the first date.
Yes, dude. Right. But
Sorry that happened to you. Not the time.
Right. If I told a man I got molested on a first date, they'd be like, you crazy bitch.
I'd be put in an asylum.
This bitch is crazy. But there's something about it's nighttime. They know they'll never see you again.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's time for me to tell you about how my dad died of AIDS in prison.
You and I also
What?
You and I also both have like a cool girl manic pixie sort of thing going on where like a she's not like other girls thing, which I think brings this out of men.
Yeah.
Because they're like the amount of men who have said to me, I can't believe I finally found you, only to ghost me.
Yep.
Because that's what we're giving R&I special and unique, and I I'm a comedy girl, so I like your dark little jokes, but I also like whatever the thing is. And then they're like, basically, I'll tell you what mine is, and I know what it is. Mine is I'm one of your guy friends who you get to fuck because I make jokes like boys do, and I talk about things boys talk about, and they go, "Oh my god, I found a boy that I can fuck in his boy pussy," and they get so excited.
Lizzy's got
and blah blah
pussy.
blah, and then they ghost me because I'm not their girlfriend.
Yeah.
And that's why they do that.
Yes.
Because they go, I can't believe I finally found you. Let me tell you fucking everything.
Yeah.
Because you're this special magical unicorn.
Yeah.
But I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl who got fucked.
I'm just a girl. I don't want to talk about this.
Oxytocin is flooding in my brain right now. Don't let me pair bond with you by telling me the worst thing that ever happened to you. Now I'm going to want to rescue you. I can't control it. I've been conditioned.
Now I'm going to excuse all your bad behavior because of what happened to you.
Yes. Well, my version of this is I'm crazy. And so people who are crazy are like, I can finally tell this person about all the crazy things in my brain. I can finally be like, I can only come if I punch myself in the head because I feel I don't deserve pleasure. And I get to go, okay, well, you're in my apartment now. So maybe
That's
let's
pretty
not
cool.
do punching stuff because I'm afraid you're going to kill me. One of my worst ones, which was kind of benign compared to like the stuff that everyone's told me. This is pretty low on the threatening scale. But this guy, he said to me, I know you see me. Like, I have to pretend I'm not a bad guy to other people, but I know that you know I'm a bad guy.
I've gotten that one so many times.
Yeah. Like, you see that I'm a sociopath.
Or even any version of like, you see the real me.
Yes.
And it's just because we're both women who will be like, oh, that was a fake thing you just did.
Yes. And it's like, oh, it's so refreshing that you'll take garbage from me.
You want to hear a cringy one?
Yeah.
One time I had this one night stand with a guy who was like, thought I was like, I finally found you.
Yeah.
Girl of my dreams, but it ended up not being real. We were both probably fucked up or something. And we had sex and we were cuddling after. And I did the thing where like I was half asleep and I kind of like squeezed him. And I didn't even mean to do it, but it felt to him like I was like really
holding
getting
him
in there.
Yeah.
And he goes, don't worry, I'm real.
Oh my God. Oh.
And I was like, ew.
That makes me sick.
Ew.
That makes me sick.
You think I'm in this position where I'm like, how could this be happening to little old me?
Uh-huh.
I know how it happened. I decided to fuck you.
Right. Don't worry. Your prince is here.
Don't worry. I'm real.
Did you ever hear from this guy again?
I don't think so. I think we probably like hooked up a few times.
Yeah. They're macro dosing intimacy, but it's not actually intimacy. It's
Yeah.
just like dumping all of everything.
And my point is, they know they're doing that.
Yeah, of course.
They know they're faking intimacy. They know they're leading you on. They know they're breadcrumbing you. I'll use all the buzzwords. They know that they're doing this.
Yeah.
And they're fine with it.
Yeah, because they know they can just find some other sucker who will
I
let
asked
them
my
do
boyfriend about this. I was like, do you think I'm right about this? Do you think they know?
Yeah.
And he was like, you don't know when you're 22.
Yep.
And then a woman tells you, and then you know. One time I asked my boyfriend what it's like to have a one night stand with him. And he goes, I think it's nice because I'm nice. And I didn't say this to him, but I was like, oh man, they all thought they were going to date you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think.
They didn't think of that as a one night stand. They
They thought
thought that you were going to be their
the
boyfriend because you're
beginning
nice.
of a storybook. Yeah. Do we do this? Do girls do this? Is there a version of this?
I think girls are conditioned to do the opposite. I think girls do the opposite. Girls do no, yeah, this is casual.
Right.
No, yeah, it's cool that you don't want a serious. I mean, the person we were talking about who did this to me, I did that with them.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I'm okay with us not being in a
Everyone's
relationship.
playing their part in
I'm
this.
okay with this being casual. I'm okay with blah blah blah. When I fucking wasn't.
Yeah, I know. Just admit you're not cool.
Yeah.
Stop trying to be the cool girl.
So being there is you do not get a prize for being the cool girl.
Yeah.
There's no reward. There's no boyfriend at the end of the rainbow.
Never.
There's none of that. Being the
Oh.
cool girl gets you nothing but fucked and left in a gutter.
Don't. It's always been you to any. It's you're not going to win the game. It's
No.
not blah blah blah. Ronnie, in the queer community, is there cool girl, nice boy stuff that happens?
Yeah, I would say the dynamics are like relatively parallel,
Mm-hmm.
but
I mean, are we gonna sit here and act like lesbians aren't love bombing?
that's what I was gonna
Right.
say. Is like you get two lesbians having a one night stand and like you're falling in love with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
The stories I hear at the bodega from this one.
Oh, I'm sure. Did you ever get got by like a butch les?
No. I haven't been with many butches. That's,
Wow, surprising.
I know.
Ronnie's a
Interesting.
little butch.
Yeah, Ronnie's the little butch. Yeah, wow, very rare. A butch les walked into the cubbyhole once, like a butch les who was like tall and had slick back hair.
Yeah.
And I just was like, she owns this place. She owns it. Burn it to the ground.
Yeah.
she's gonna
It's
be
over
she's,
for the rest
she's
of us.
daddy for everyone,
Yeah.
and she knew it. Are there confrontations in because women speak each other's languages? Are there confrontations within the les community where it's like you know what you're doing?
That's like all there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
feels
all there is talking.
There's
Yeah.
an episode of Sex in the City about this.
Samantha and her girlfriend.
Samantha becomes a lesbian and she's like, it's talking.
I want to have
Yeah.
a sponge bath with you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop being bad boys.
Or just be bad boys.
Yeah. Be in your exact lane and don't
Yeah.
deviate.
Don't fucking take me out to dinner on Valentine's Day if you don't want to be my boyfriend.
Is there, however, you think early in the relationship you like someone and you're doing that,
Yes.
and then you're like, oh, never mind, you did something that changed it, or I met someone else who I like
Yeah,
better.
I think so.
Yeah.
But then you just have to break up with the first person.
Yeah, you do.
You can't
do.
keep hanging on to the first person.
But sometimes you do it because it's a security blanket.
I know, but that's bad.
It is bad, but everyone in this room has done it.
That's not nice.
It's not nice. Not
Yeah.
nice stuff.
Yeah, I did it and it ended bad.
Well, we'll go ahead and leave that one. We'll go ahead and let sleeping dogs lie on this.
Yeah, I just remembered that he probably listens to the podcast. Sorry about that, buddy.
How much time do we have left on the board?
Like 9
9
minutes.
9 minutes.
Oh my
Alright.
God, I'm good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, were
god.
you not
What do you mean?
looking?
I just flashed you 10.
Why wouldn't you let me pretend? I was gonna hold up to it in 2 minutes.
Yeah. I think we should leave it here, guys, boys.
Yeah, I think we did. I think we got a lot done today.
Physics, math, science.
Yeah.
This is
Geometry.
another episode where I'm like, is this gobbledygook? Are you guys writing this down?
Yeah, it's fractal geometry.
Because I think we're making a lot of points here.
I think so too. Let's go around and do some plugs. Ronald, where can they find you, follow you?
You can check out my website. It's called weirdalyossify.com.
Love it. Michael?
Well, Ronnie and I have a podcast called Mike
Oh, yeah.
Coscarelli Rules.
Yes.
Ronnie seems to forget that quite a bit.
Maybe it's because the podcast is your name.
But she's my Robin.
Yes.
I know. It's just funny.
She is your Robin. It's
You
a
can
great
find
pod.
me at Mike Coscarelli. But yeah, listen to our podcast, and
Yeah,
it's on the
please do.
Slickback Studios Network, and like and subscribe to our YouTube, and interact, all the stuff that Andrea is about to say about this show.
Yeah. Also, follow Slickback Studios on Instagram because that's our
Please.
network.
That's right.
Yeah,
And
we live there.
We're in a talented group of people. I'll say
Yeah.
that much. So it's a lot of fun. Follow me at Andrea Comedy 69 on Instagram and TikTok, and follow the YouTube page Respectfully Podcast. And if you want, go to the Instagram respectfully_pod. Lizzy, where can they find you?
Follow me on Instagram at Lizzy Cassidy, Lizzy with a Y at the end. I have another podcast called Close Calls. Just go to the Instagram, click the link tree, get in there.
Get in the tree, baby.
Or come to a stand-up show. They're all in my Instagram stories.
Yeah, dude. Come see us perform stand-up all around
I'll be in
here.
Atlantic City this weekend at the Tropicana, which is true.
Oh,
I'll be on the
And-
strip.
And thank you for the opportunity.
And hey, that's a bill payer right there.
you're right. I'm sorry. I should.
No, I mean the way I
Trop
said it.